All right, so fair enough. We'll watch out for some of those expansion plans, and of course the divestment play, like you flagged off, is something that's coming up. Thanks so much, Mr. Uday Shankar Jha, RCF, joining us Power Lunch here, talking about the business picture and some of the recent developments. We'll flip over, switch topics, this time to the aviation side of things, and of course there are also lots of action brewing, lots of consolidation action being talked about, and other news flow also, including of course the ATF prices, which continues to dodge the overall aviation sector. Special guest joining us here on the show to talk about that and more is Sanjay Aggarwal. He's CEO of SpiceJet, joining us this morning from Delhi. Thanks so much, Sanjay, for joining us here on NDTV Profit. Let me just first start with the biggest news flow, which had the markets quite excited, that you're actively looking at consolidation efforts within the low-cost carrier space. Anything you can give us in terms of specifics? We'd heard that you're looking at doing due diligence on Jet Light.
There have been rumors going around, Ira, about every single airline that exists, the low cost. But, as we have said, as a matter of company policy, that is something we do not, confirm or deny such rumors and speculations. What we have said is that consolidation is one way that we believe could improve the health of the industry. And there are other things that could happen where the government could step in and help the struggling industry. As you know, the industry as a whole, continues to lose money, while we do see a silver lining in the cloud in terms of the demand, and demand is we think is turning the corner. So while consolidation could be one way to improve the health, we think there are other ways to improve the health of the industry as well.
Sanjay, I understand that you wouldn't want to confirm or deny rumors, but one of your prominent investors, Wilbur Ross, has in the past said that he would like to see consolidation in the low-cost carrier space, and he would be quite happy if SpiceJet actually leads it. Don't you think that this is the appropriate time to do it, given the kind of sort of concerns the industry is facing? Consolidate, make it two stronger than one kind of theory?
The timing may be right, but you have to keep in mind, Ira, the mergers and acquisitions during these times, the economic crisis, they go down because the valuations of the companies do not look attractive to the sellers. So they are not getting the kind of valuation they would like, whereas the buyers are looking for a better deal. So overall, I will tell you, the M&A activity worldwide is down. So yes, from our point of view, the timing may be right, but from the seller's point of view, it may not be the perfect time. So, it has to have a meeting of the minds from two parties for such things to happen. And as I have said before, we are keeping our eyes and ears open, and we are open for dialogue as and when the right opportunity comes along. And obviously, I won't tell you that right opportunity has come so far, else we would be talking about it.
All right, fair enough. Also, right pricing, I suspect, is an issue. I'll just switch focus to the operational side of things. On the load factor side, once again, you saw a bit of a dip coming in the month of June, I believe, across industry, not just your carrier. Help us understand what that story is looking like. Some amount of the capacity cutback had improved the load factors. Is that something that's being sustained, or is that once again fairly up and down at this stage?
No, June, after 12 months of decline in traffic, June was the first month when we saw a 5.5% increase in traffic year over year. And we think July might see actually a double-digit increase in traffic over last year. So while overall demand is up, but yields are fairly down. So overall, when you talk about in terms of overall revenue, I don't think the airline's in a better position than they were a year ago. What is working to our favor right now is the ATF prices are staying low, or I should say relatively low. So that's kind of sustaining, at least I know about SpiceJet. We have had 2 good quarters until March 31st, and we had a fairly good quarter ending June 30th. So while the health of the industry is improving, I think it's mostly driven by the fuel price remaining at competitive, or I should say the lower levels, than it is to do with the improvement in yields or load factors.
All right. Also, just in terms of just staying with that line, so if you're saying that ATF prices at least are relatively lower, so Q1 would have been a relatively profitable quarter for airlines. Do you see that if the ATF prices don't spike suddenly, which most people are not anticipating, that at least the first half of the year would be relatively more profitable for airlines like yours?
See, first half, when you say first half, are you talking first half of calendar year or first half of the fiscal year, are two different stories, because both of these include one slow quarter. The The January through March quarter is a slow quarter for the aviation, and so is the July through September quarter. So no matter how you look at it, you get mixed up with, you have one good quarter and one bad quarter. So we'll see how this fiscal quarter goes. It's too early to tell. But I would say, I don't know about other airlines, economics and financials, but I would say, for SpiceJet, we were happy with how the quarter shaped up.
All right, just one last question before we let you go, and this is any progress on your feeder airline talk that's been doing the rounds for a while? Anything you can give us on that?
No updates yet, but we continue to evaluate the routes, the airplane types, and there is a whole lot of analysis that goes into figuring out, because these are long-term aircraft deals, and we have to be absolutely sure if that's the right strategy, and we have to pick the right airplane. But we continue to work on it, and we'll share the details as and when we are ready.
All right, Sanjay, we hope so. Thanks so much indeed. Good to get your thoughts in and candid opinions coming in on some of the crucial issues, including possible consolidation there. That's SpiceJet for you. So 2 top managements right here on Power Lunch. But speaking about the aviation space, also comments coming in from Praful Patel on Air India in particular. Remember, there is